Hey guys, are you ready for week 2? Awesome, I am too. So this week's habit might be a little daunting for some of you, especially if by the time you see this video, we are still in COVID-19 lockdown. Rest assured, all this means is you won't be driving to the gym every day. It does, however, mean that you're gonna have to plan ahead a little bit, but yay, that's why you have the possible planner, right? I mean, I'm trying to make it easy for you here. So habit number 2 is move every day. This does not mean go run 20 miles. It just means move every day. Or better yet, make it hard for you to be sedentary. We want to disrupt the habit of being sedentary. So it doesn't matter how you do this. You can start shooting hoops with your daughter when she comes home from school, or walking to the store instead of driving, or taking the stairs instead of the elevator. All I want is for you to move your body a little bit every day. And this is going to do 2 things. First, it's going to remind you that this is the car that you're going to be driving every day for the rest of your life. So we want to get that car in good shape. And as you get in the habit of moving every day, as you lose weight, those movements are going to start to feel different. I feel completely different when I run now than 2 years ago. Actually, wasn't even running 2 years ago. The last time I ran was like 6 years ago. Running was so painful, and now, 50 pounds lighter, running is exhilarating. And you don't have to run. I'm not telling you have to run. I'm just saying that movement feels different now. And knowing that I did that with every choice I made about what I ate, or whether I took a walk or sat on the couch, it gives me the greatest sense of empowerment. And that's what I want for you. This brings me to the second reason I want you to move every day. I want you to have this feeling of agency, personal agency, of empowerment, knowing a year from now that moving feels different because of something you did every day to affect change. Not something big, not pretending you're Arnold Schwarzenegger out there 2 hours lifting weights. Just move every day. Build on that habit. Transformation isn't magic. It's just habits that you practice every day and get better at over time. And the point of this habit is not to turn you into a gym rat. It's to cultivate a secondary path for endorphins. Because right now, food is probably your main endorphin trigger. It's the one thing that never fails to make you feel good. But movement, dancing it out, stretching, walking outside, even meditating, it can generate an equally powerful chemical response in your body. And we want to capitalize on that chemical response so that you start to associate movement with a lot of the things that you used to associate food with. You're going to get in the habit of doing this by celebrating or entertaining yourself one time without food this week. Taking a walk outside 2 times this week. And lastly, I want you to try 3 guided meditations this week. Now, first, I want you to think about how you use food to celebrate or entertain yourself. Do you always suggest a happy hour at Cheesecake Factory when you want to meet up with friends? Do you find yourself justifying a Starbucks latte and shortbread run when you need a break from a PowerPoint? Are you stress eating? Every time you feel anxiety about your kids or your relationship or the geopolitical challenges humans face in an increasingly connected but economically disparate world. I feel you. Food is handy, but you can't use it like a drug because biologically it is just as dangerous as heroin or crack. It just takes longer to kill you. So we're going to work on cultivating new pathways for rewards. And it's not going to happen overnight. That's why this isn't a 15-hour e-course. It's going to take practicing these habits over and over to get good at them. And it's going to take a lot of reps to master them. You're not going to get it right every time. You're going to half-ass these habits sometimes. Sometimes I half-ass these habits. But it doesn't matter as long as you keep trying. Keep trying to get it right. Some days, you're going to take a 5-minute walk outside. And that's going to be it for the day. That's going to be all you can manage. That counts. That's a rep. Take a letter to the mail office, or the post office, to the mailbox. Tomorrow, maybe you'll walk a little further. maybe the next day it's 5 minutes again. But the thing with these habits is not to say, I missed today, there's no point in trying to keep it up. There is 100% a point in trying to keep it up because each new rep builds on the one before it. If you stop doing reps altogether, your muscle memory will start to atrophy and you will lose all the gains that you've made, and eventually you'll just have to start over. So focus on doing the rep, just one rep. Every time you do a rep, that groove in your brain gets deeper and stronger. That neural connection wires together tighter. One rep to celebrate or entertain yourself one time without food this week. It might look like go for a walk with a friend or sit in a garden and enjoy the scenery instead of go get a cookie at the market. It might mean do 10 jumping jacks or 20 high knees to give myself a break from my PowerPoint. Pay attention when you're eating, when you're not hungry, because, and also pay attention to why you're justifying it. If you catch yourself saying, I deserve this, remember, it's just a habit. Your brain is plastic. All those neural associations can be rewritten with enough practice. I deserve to go outside for a break from my computer. Now, the second, which is maybe the hardest or maybe the easiest, but it doesn't actually require movement. This is the third action I want you to take, is listening to 3 guided meditations. If you're new to meditation, don't worry, I'm not going to make you sit cross-legged for an hour and say Om over and over, although that is totally an option if it appeals to you. What I want you to do is Google guided meditations or yoga nidra. That's Nidra. I'll put it in the comments. And listen to 3 guided meditations all the way through. They should be at least 2 to 5 minutes, and you should work up to maybe like 15 to 20. Maybe you only like one meditation, and that's what you do 3 times. This is a habit you're going to have to do every week from here on out, so find 3 that you can listen to or 1 that you can listen to 3 times. There's thousands of them on YouTube, so I have full confidence that you can find at least 1 you can listen to 3 times or 3 you can listen to 1 time. You can even use a meditation app like Headspace or Journey or Calm, or use the free breathing exercises in the XPT app. Meditation is good not just because it promotes brain and heart coherence, which is where the brain and the heart are in a state of alignment. You can check out the second meditation link in the email for a Heart Math Institute meditation. But it's also good because it teaches your body that you don't need food to calm down. You can calm yourself completely without food. And one last thing, you'll notice that one of the reasons I want you to move every day is not to burn calories. Dr. G, who is my coach on this journey, on my own journey, was very clear on this. You cannot out-exercise a bad diet. It is much easier to cut 300 to 500 calories a day, every day from your diet by doing things like eating more vegetables, swapping starchy carbs, cutting back on sugary drinks, eating more salad, than it is to burn 300 to 500 calories every day. Because what usually happens when you try to burn 300 to 500 calories every day is you increase your calorie intake. And this is something a lot of people who start a fitness habit don't realize. You decide that you're just going to start going to spin class every morning at 7 a.m. But you're not aware that you might have a tendency after that spin class to justify a donut or a really healthy smoothie every day, because that workout that you did burned 300 calories, but you just ate 300 calories. So it's literally negated. And it might actually even put you over your calorie allowance for the day. And even if you go to a spin class 35 days in a row, if you eat 100 extra calories a day because of that habit, just 100, you will put on a pound, even though you've gone to spin class 35 days in a row. And if that calorie comes in the form of 2 donut holes, now you've got a bad habit of eating donuts every day, and you have to break that habit. So when you stop going to spin class and you're still eating donuts, now you're gonna put even more weight on, and you'll have a nasty donut hole habit. So just be mindful when you work out. Bottom line, don't start going to the gym every day in the hopes that you don't have to change your diet. Instead, start eating more fruits and vegetables and just move a little every day. If you want to take up swimming or tennis or golf or spin class, and you want to buy some resistance bands and do some squats, check out some online YouTube tutorials, by all means, go for it. But keep the habit from week 1 of eating fruits and vegetables. Pay attention that you're not using exercise as an excuse to eat more or eat worse, unless it's broccoli, in which case binge away. You can eat as much broccoli as you want post-workout. 500 calories of broccoli is a lot of broccoli. But that's pretty much it for your habit for week 2. Good luck, and I will see you in a few days for your recipe and meal prep tip. Thanks.